All right, so this is day one. Again, this is going to be probably the second initiative that we do. I'm going to move around here a little bit to get a little bit better light. And so this next one is called Helium Stick. We've done this several times before. I'm going to turn the camera around here so you can see what's on the ground here. So if you can see that, it's a tent pole. What we want to do with this is we're going to have everyone bring this up to a level height. And what we want to do is we want to basically have their fingers. So let me demonstrate this. We want to have the fingernails so their hand is faced up, and we want their fingernails to support the stick. So everyone is going to gather on the side of the stick in two on either side, and they're going to have their hand out, and we're going to basically have the stick laying on their fingernail, just like this, right? So if I take this, it's going to be laying on their fingernail like this. And the goal is for everyone from a standing position and their arms basically extended out a little bit to lower it down so that they get down to the ground and they can lay it on the ground without dropping it, basically. This is actually a really difficult challenge usually because people will anticipate that somebody is going to drop it faster than they do, or try to keep pushing up on it. And so the initial tries are very interesting. Basically, that's what it is. The debrief basically is asking, start by asking you a show of hands, what do you think made it so hard? What made you believe that it was going to be easy? A couple of these debrief questions I don't think really apply, especially like the labeling and stuff. It explains Samuel. 1 Samuel 16:7 says, "Man looks at the outward, but God looks at the inward." So I think what we'll do on the debrief is we'll initially start off with, what happened, what made it so difficult. Um, you know, how can this be, applied to things that you've experienced in your life? And then based on this experience, are there things that you can take forward, and maybe how would that apply to the things that you have to choices that you'd make in the future? So we can go through that more, but basically helium stick. That's pretty much what there is to it. Two parallel lines, each person sticking out both arms, and then as they stick out their arms, you put your palms down and put your fingernails underneath the tent pole, and then the goal is to try and lower it to the ground without people's fingernails leaving, without their fingernails not touching the tent pole. So their fingernails need to be touching the tent pole at all times.